Hi everybody, it's Yvonne and Dexter back with Freightbrokerchic. Thank you guys for tuning in again, and we really appreciate always your time and your interest. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. As I always say, that helps us reach more people, so spread the word. And again, I'll have all the comments to everything, instructions and how you can reach out to us in the comments. So today on Freightbrokerchic, we are back with another Ask Dexter. The last one was so successful that we thought we would do another. So we have back here with the master trainer himself, Dexter Levette.
Hey, I'm gonna read the question this time so nobody makes a negative comment about my phone.
So do I wear the hat?
Yeah, you can really hide.
So I wear the hat. Okay, there you go.
All right, so I had a delivery this morning. I get there at 2:30 for a 3 a.m. delivery, only to find out the schedule for July the 12th. I left my hold on.
See, he can't even do it.
Don't worry about that. I left to go to my second stop for a 5 a.m. appointment to see if I could get unloaded. They said no because they don't allow other customers' product on their dock. Now I'm stuck needing a reschedule on the second stop. My first stop was rescheduled for tonight. I have a 10 a.m. pickup that I will have to cancel. I've been trying to get in touch with the broker all night. The night shift is useless. Would it be fair to tell them to put it in the cold storage or charge them $1,000 for a lost day? I'm running a 20% negative 20 on the ice cream load. Okay, so first thing, with ice cream load has to stay at negative 20 all the time. If ice cream actually starts melting at freezing, at zero actually, if it gets to 31, it's already melting. So ice cream starts melting at zero, so you have to keep it at negative 20. All of this could have been cleared up with this guy if he, as a broker, either his dispatcher or him as a driver, when he actually got the actual load tender or actually got the origin and the stop destinations, he should have been more proactive and called ahead and actually made sure that his appointments were actually in place. I've had many a times where on my tenders I would say by appointment, and I made the appointment, and then the actual dispatcher would call me back and say, yeah, I went on and called to make sure that these appointments were good, because if the truck can't deliver when you say it can deliver, then that truck, you're right, well, the truck is stuck there and can't go and pick up his next load, so he's losing money. I've had times when I have missed the ball myself, and the dispatcher has called me and said, listen, I called these stops to make sure that the information that you had on the load tender, first come, first served, was correct. The destination said that there needed to be an appointment made. Did you make an appointment? I was oh man, I thought it was first come, so thanks for catching that. So in this particular situation, the broker was wrong in not doing his due diligence and making sure that all the actual appointments for the 2:30 was correct, because it sounds like the 2:30 had been scheduled a day late or something like that on the 12th. But I would have to say this is a 50-50 problem, as far as the broker might actually hold some responsibility and the truck driver and the dispatcher might hold some responsibility. Once you get a load tender, as a dispatcher or a truck driver, you should always call ahead yourself and make double sure that the broker has done his job about making an appointment. Either could be an appointment at the origin or the destinations. Yes.
Okay, in the groups, in our Facebook groups, and you brought up that. Thank you for bringing that up, because I've seen where the truck drivers are like, I don't have time to do that. Why should I have to do that? I don't, and it's like, well, would you rather end up in this guy's situation, or would you rather be able to drop?
Listen, I was a truck driver. There's a lot of downtime. All right, when you already know when you're getting loaded with your origin, you could have time to go and double check to make sure where you're driving to, your destination, that the appointment is good and everything is fine before you actually leave. That's why truck drivers try to charge detention. Now, if you're at a place where it's taking you 2 hours to load in a 2 hour time period, you should be able to get in touch with your dispatcher, have the dispatcher get in touch with the actual broker that he got the load from, and double check on all the addresses. And also now, what it takes is it takes up your personal time. It takes up a little bit of the time when you want to just sell your cell phone and talk to your girlfriend or your family or somewhere else or your wife while you're waiting to get loaded. But a little due diligence on this driver's side would have gone a long way. He wouldn't have found himself in this situation of, you know, I can't take this load off here because they don't allow other people's freight on the dock, and then I've got to move my load around here. Well, if you would have called ahead and found that first stock had been scheduled for another day, you could have easily said, well, listen, I had a 2 o'clock appointment. Is there any way that you can still work me in, because I have a 5 o'clock appointment to get this whole truck off? And usually, more often than not, a lot of places will try to work with you. Some places they don't work with you, and we've been there. We've been there. It's like, we don't care.
Like, we do not care. We are not unloading.
And even if we need a product, it don't have an appointment. Your appointment's next Sunday. Okay, it's next Sunday, and that's the best you can do.
Right, you got to figure it out. So with this guy's situation, I mean, okay, so he messed up, or the dispatcher messed up.
I would say the broker messed up. I would say the broker messed up first from not making sure that the actual appointment, the first appointment was right.
So broker number one, broker, as my dispatcher friend says, you know, shout out to Pamela Clancy. She calls him Broker Bob. So Broker Bob, she calls us Broker Bob when she's training her students. She says, Broker Bob, you can't, you know, didn't do his job.
Right.
Okay, so Broker Bob didn't do his job, but neither did the dispatcher in calling and confirming. I mean, in doing this job, I've had dispatchers call me back and say, you know, are you sure about this address? Or
are you sure about this appointment? Right, exactly.
Right. So they'll still call me, and sometimes if I don't have clarity, I'll just tell them. I said, well, what, you know, if you're comfortable calling the receiver or the consignee, go ahead and call.
Well, and I have to say, it all falls back on due diligence.
Okay.
And doing what you know as a broker or driver or dispatcher, you know what you're supposed to do. When you cut corners, when you don't do everything that you're supposed to do, if you don't track and trace, if you don't call your origin, your destination, things of that nature, make sure the addresses are right and delivery times are right, and if there has to be delivery appointments set, if the delivery appointment has been set and you actually have a firm delivery appointment. When you take the shortcuts and do something else fun, and you want to go on and look on YouTube or TikTok about something, or talk to one of your friends about what happened last night, this is what you get. But as long as you go, always do the job first, because hundreds, if not thousands of dollars are being transferred from a customer to a broker to a dispatcher to a trucking company. So we're not getting paid $19 or $15 an hour. Usually when you're in, as far as a trucking business, you're getting paid thousands to move a truck. The company, the customer is spending thousands usually for that load. And so you have to start acting like you're in a job that pays you a lot better than most normal people make on a regular basis. So up your game, you know what I mean? That's what I can say. Right.
So what would you, if you were in this situation, you get there, I mean, the poor guy, I mean, okay, so he messed up, all right? So, and he's got product on his equipment
he can only
that
wait.
he can't unload because the second stop has said you can't unload here.
Right. So he can't offload. But see, that's just it. He's talking about, should I actually tell them to put in the cold storage and charge them $1,000? You can't do all that. You can't do all that because, one, you haven't had any authorization from your dispatcher, you haven't had any authorization from the broker that you're moving the load for, and you also haven't had authorization from the actual company.
So what does he do?
Well, he has to go. Unfortunately, he's going to have to just
wait until
he's going to have to wait and get the first stop off at 10 o'clock, and then reschedule to get the second stop off, and he's not going to be able to reload the next day at 10 a.m. like he hoped to. His next day has been totally messed up because of the delivery schedule, but you got to keep that load. I mean, because the thing is, if you make a decision about somebody's product and it goes negative, let's just say he decides to offload that ice cream on somebody's dock, but at 20%, but he's got in his truck at negative 20. Maybe the dock only has it as, maybe the whole cold storage is only at 0 degrees Fahrenheit. But at 0, that ice cream starts
to melt.
melting. So now you went on and made a decision, but now you might be faced with a freight claim from the customer saying that you authorized to take my freight off your truck without my authorization. It started melting, and now the customer does not want the ice cream because it's already in melt phase.
Right.
So I need you to pay for 20,000 pounds worth of vanilla ice cream that's got ice crystals in the top.
So he basically needs to just reschedule.
He needs to.
The ones that he couldn't drop
needs
to
to. Right. He's got to wait. His day is gonna be messed up, but he has to wait to get the first stop off first, and then go get the second stop off, and you're not gonna be able to reload the next day like he wanted to.
Right.
Your
So
week
you
has been messed up. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. But you can turn it into a worse situation if you start making decisions trying to make it fit your schedule, because you can understand the truck driver at the end of the day, and the dispatcher, and even the broker, we're not working on our schedule. We're working for a customer, and the customer is always right. And they've trusted us to move their product and move it in a way that is safe, and make sure that their product gets to the end user, their customer, in the same way in good condition that was loaded. So if you know that you got to keep that refrigerated unit at -20 at all time, what's the chances you're going to find a cold storage warehouse that the whole warehouse is already at -20?
Right.
So you cannot just summarily decide to take it off, and because it's messing up your day. No, you're on the contracted load. That's what you have to do. Is yes, it's messed up, but you got to finish the load out and then move on.
Okay, so he basically, from the master trainer himself, has to bite the bullet. Wait it out, wait for his instructions from his broker. Not sure why the broker is not responding, because we always say, if you're on one of our loads, we don't care, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, we are going to answer the phone or call you back.
We might not sound as awake as we should, but we're answering the phone.
We're going to answer the and we're going to get back. We don't have trucks out there. I mean, I can't even imagine having one of our trucks out there, guy, looking for us, and we're not responding.
Right.
We don't do that. But, to each his own. I can't tell others what to do, but we just wanted to.
You tell me what to do.
Well, that you're different.
Okay.
That's different. You're my boss.
Right.
I can tell you what to do.
Yeah, you do that all the time.
All right. Well, you heard it here from the master trainer himself. The answer to the question. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. And again, we are just so humbled that you guys, appreciate our training. Let me get this hat off. That you guys appreciate our videos and our training and all that we do. And we do it because we are passionate about what we do. We love what we do. And we want you to be successful. That's what we always tell our team. When you're successful, then we're successful. So thanks again for tuning in. We're going to give him one more shout out for that amazing explanation on that load. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Our next training is July 27th, and we hope to see you in training. I'll have that info in the comments, and we will see you next time here on Freight Broker Chic. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.